probably not even that, man. Like it's like millions of kids across the country trying to do the same thing you do. And if your name is not called in the first or second or third round, your days are numbered. Because it's always somebody cheaper than you. It's always somebody younger than you. It's always somebody that's going to be faster than you, bigger than you, stronger than you. So if the team don't have no money invested, like no real money invested in you, your days are numbered. I don't care who you is. I don't care who you are. Sooner or later, they're going to push you out. Or you're just going to get injured. But if your name is not called in the first, second, or third round, man, not for long.
Wow. So the draft selection, at the end of the day, we didn't see people be free agents go on to do some remarkable things in the league. But overall, are we listening to you? And that percentage and that chance of you doing that is slim. It's pretty much what you're letting the people know.
Yeah, man. Like there are several stories of guys who was undrafted that had long careers, but more than not, there are more stories of guys who had great college careers and like probably only lasted like two to 3 years in the NFL. Because guys are coming in every year who play the same position as you, who's cheaper. And if you're not considered a franchise cornerstone, your days are numbered.
Right. So you move on. Your stint in the NFL was not for long, but you move on to the CFL, and you say kind of gave you that joy back. It was probably the best experience you had in your college or athletic career. Explain to us about your CFL and how was it playing in the CFL?
When I first got the call to play in the CFL, I was in school. Actually, I went back to Ole Miss to finish my degree in 2014. And I got a call from Saskatchewan Roughriders, who was the champion. They just won the championship there. And so they sent me film and stuff of like the team, and the team seemed like they had a lot of chemistry. So, basically I was like, all right, cool, man, I'm going to roll with them there. But the whole time I'm dreading going to Canada to play football. I feel like I'm supposed to be in the National Football League. I'm supposed to be here playing ball. So I'm dreading going to Canada. I'm thinking it's going to be a horrible experience. I'm thinking the game is going to be watered down. I'm thinking the fans ain't going to be the same. And I'm all the way up here from home. So my first day there, I get there, and it's cold, man. It's cold. So I'm like thinking, here we go. But I met the head coach, whose name is Corey Chamberlain, and he really changed my outlook on it. He would call me in every morning at 6 a.m. to watch film with him. And from there, I really learned how to watch film and really break offenses down. Every morning, like for 8 weeks, he'll call me in to watch film, just me and him. And that made me feel like, okay, he cares. And he's trying to make me feel a part of the team, and I felt a part of the team. But what I did learn is that it's harder to make the team there than it is in the National Football League. The reason I say that is because it's so many Canadians, and they have to be on the field. Teams have to carry a certain amount of Canadians. So the Americans at each position, they really battling to see who gonna stay. And it's crazy, man. I saw a lot of guys who I was competing with in the NFL who they kept, but they cut me. Those same guys was right there competing with me to make that team. And who you think made that team? I made that team. Competing against those same guys without the politics now. It's just us competing now. And it wasn't even close, man. And so I think after the first preseason game, coach called me and told me, listen, you make the team, Green. Don't even worry about nothing else. You good to go. And that was my first time thinking, man, I finally got the credit that I deserve. And so I started my first year as a starting punt returner and as a starting corner. But my first game, I cracked my ankle and so I'm out like 8 weeks. And so that kind of set me back. And so I missed 8 games that year. I came back and I led the team in picks, but I still missed 8 games. So coming into my second year, which is my last year, which is my contract year, which is a very important year because I want to go back to the National Football League. I'm trying to get picked back up. So I trained hard. I did everything that I needed to do to prepare myself to get ready for the season. I'm the starting corner again. I'm the starting punt returner. And the first game of the season, I sprained my ACL. And I'm out again 8 games. So basically, man, I ended up missing 16 games in 2 seasons. And I think I was 29 years old during that time. That don't look good for scouts who are scouting you to come back to the National Football League. So, I'm thinking that, wow, 2 years is gone down the drain. Once the season was over with, they fired the head coach, they fired the president, they fired everybody on Saskatchewan. So no one could vouch for me to bring me back. And that was pretty much the end of it, man.
So in you enjoyed it. You enjoyed your stay. You find out in the Canadian League that it wasn't that you wasn't good enough for the NFL. It was the politics, because, like you say, some of those same guys that returned from the NFL to the CFL, you beat them out for the position, and that's a lot of things, Marshay, in life. Period. Politics, in everything. It's even politics and religion. It's everywhere, bro. And you just was a victim to the politics because you didn't play the game. But I want to speak on you possibly coming back home to basketball in a manner of coaching if the opportunity came. Would you consider that, bro?
I would consider it, man. I have 2 nephews who's going to the 8th grade, and I definitely would love to give them the experience and, share with them some of the things that I experienced. Bastrop is always home for me, so I care about Bastrop. I care about the success of Bastrop. I just think that I would really have to sit down and just really think about it and really dive into it, because I don't want to do it if I'm 98%. I have to be 100%, all in. Those kids there deserve 100% of me, not 98% of me. I think that I would have been dived into coaching had I not experienced some of the stuff I experienced, because I lost a lot of love for the game of football, a lot of it. So I really have to really sit down and really think about if there's something that I want to do. But I do want to be involved in the community more. I am going to be involved in the community more, even if it's fundraising, even if it's giving back to the community, even if it's having camps there. There's some that I know for a fact that I'm going to do.
Right. Well, bro, we really appreciate you stopping through. Your resume speaks for itself. Some of these guys that's still in high school or then graduated, man, you were their hero, and they wanted to grow up and play Ram football just like Marshay Green. Bro, we wish you the best on all your endeavors. Once again, we appreciate you coming through, bro, because you're a very special person to this community. And We just glad that you could come through, bro. Is anything you want to let the people know, the youth, before we get out of here?
Yeah, man. Just a small message to the youth. If you have a dream, protect it and always believe in yourself. And remember, it's not how you get to your destination. As long as you get there, once you're there, you make the most of it. Don't worry about how you got there. Everybody's road is different. Everybody's journey is not going to be the same. Your journey is going to be different. But if somehow God bless you to get to your destination, don't worry about how you got there. Worry about making the most of the opportunity.
Hey, this has been brought to you by Involved Social and Civic Club. We want to thank Marshay Green for stopping through Beyond the Game. I'm your host, Maserati. Y'all stay encouraged. Y'all stay involved. Most of all, y'all stay immersed. We out of here.